Welcome to CityWise. I'm your host, Tiana Stevens. CityWise is produced by the City of Rochester to shine a spotlight on city living at its best. Well, the only adult slam poetry team in Rochester is making a name for themselves across the state and beyond. The Rock Bottom Slam Poetry Team, created under the direction of Lu Highsmith, is made up of poets from all walks of life, impacting audiences with their messages of resilience, determination, and hope. Lu joins us now along with co-directors Acion Owens and Shaq AOR Payne. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
For having us. That intro was tough.
Thank you. So Lu, for those people that don't know, maybe they're living under a rock, what is slam poetry?
Slam poetry has been around for probably a good 30 years. It's really the combination of focusing on both performance as well as content. There is a competitive part to it, so we've had the opportunity to travel and compete and represent Rochester. But specifically, slam poetry is poetry, but instead of just reading and just going to a poetry reading, it's generally memorized, preferably, and the performance aspect is also infused.
Very much so. How did the idea for Rock Bottom come together?
About 3 years ago, early 2013, I just decided that I wanted to take trips with poets from Rochester to Syracuse and to Buffalo. And our first trip to Buffalo, they got to see an actual slam competition. And pretty much most of the poets that I took with me, they felt like Rochester should have representation like that. So I just started the process of getting involved and making sure that we're represented on the slam poetry scene. Sure.
And Acion, how did you first become involved with Rock Bottom? Have you been there since day one?
Yeah, I've been here for quite a while. Actually, it was a while back, someone asked me before Lu decided, you know, would you be interested in starting a team? Me personally, I didn't think I had the time for it. So thankfully, someone who was more established was able to take it, because there would be no Rock Bottom had I been the one to set it up. But yeah, I've been around since the beginning, and for me, slam, it started first time I went on that stage in Buffalo, and I sacrificed, and I realized Rochester can do this. You know, there was other teams from other cities, and I just thought we need to let people know who we are. You know. So
and you yourself, you have a background in the arts, lots of experience on stage. Tell us a little bit about that.
I have done just about repeating the plays, well over 12 plays with Robert Ricks, Grace Flores, the late great Felissa McEwen, Michael Atkins-John. I've also done independent films. One was Naive by MC Fight Club, as well as Saber Fraud by Kurt. I forgot his last name. Please excuse me. I cannot pronounce that man's last name. And besides that, being a part of this phenomenal team. So I have had some history.
Shaq, how long have you been with Rock Bottom, and what's your background?
I've been in Rock Bottom since the team has been formed. It was prior to that when she was going around with the poets. I was not a part of that part, but once the actual team got formed, I was, hey, I gotta get in there. So yeah, I've been since the beginning of that, back when we were like coming out of pocket for trips, caravanning to Connecticut. That was like that was our first like
701
show, 701, man. So yeah, to be here now is like, oh my gosh, this is awesome.
And you're a co-director, and so is Acion. What does that mean? What's your role as a co-director?
Co-directors, we pretty much split different responsibilities. So me personally, what I do is I'm usually working with more on like the team aspect, working with in practice, and running around with Ace and figuring out
business things, working with the team,
where we're projecting.
I joke around a lot about it. Like, she's the Don and we're the underboss and concierge.
Sure.
So if she lays down something, we need to do this, one of us will take over from there. And you know, if we have something that need to be taken care of, then we come together, Voltron, and take care of it. So
What is the process like when you are first writing a piece from, the paper to the stage?
I would say, for me, the process starts with just brainstorming the idea, and once you put it down on the paper, you write with the doors closed. Taking that from Ed Mabry, he gave us a workshop one time. He told us, when you write with the doors closed. When you edit with the doors open. That means you allow other influences, people around you, sounds, what have you. That's when you go back and go over what you write. So I write just first brainstorming, and then I bring it to the team. Of course, we have a creative consultant, Mr. Poetically Undefined. He helps with that, as well as the rest of the team. And then we go on from there. If it's a good team piece, we're working into a team piece, we're working into an indie, but it really, I think with this team, it helps with building. We each add something to creativity to help each other. So.
Sure. Lou, how many poets are on the team?
Currently, we have 11.
Oh, wow.
Yes, we started out around 7 and then 9, and we just added 2 new poets just this past July. So we're up to 11. I'll probably cap it off somewhat because it's a lot to work with so many different people and personalities and creative abilities and talents. So we're around that number where, yeah.
And so
it's manageable right now.
Right,
Yeah.
and we have some performance video. So Shaq kicks it off, and then we have Poetically Undefined, and then Shy the Realist. Tell me about those 2 poets. What's their style? What are their focuses?
I feel like they all have their own element. AOR, he has that. I mean, he's sitting right in front of me, but I can say it. He has a spiritual element and the philosophical element as well, a lot that resonates in his poetry. Same with Poetically Undefined, but his is just a little slightly different flavor. And Shy the Realist, he started out as a rapper, so he's got that rapper kind of mentality, but he's also a lyricist and a poet, so he infuses the 2.
Okay, well, let's take a listen.
Hello, my name is Shaq, A-O-R Payne, and this poem is entitled Sunman. You can miss me with the accolades or throwing shade. Shady trees are only good for sunny days. I am the sun ablaze. Abide by elementary ways of word alchemy. Shattered the ignorance, shattered the ignorance, shattered the ignorance, battle the bigger men, rattle foundations, infrastructures not rudiment, Terry, Perry, the very chains the game keeps you in, they playing. I'm not playing. This is bigger than people's egos. Some people go broke for truth. Some people go ghost for truth. If every life is a death sentence, in mine in the exclamation point, my pathos, logos, your ethos, you can't debate that point in space, that point in time, before a point became a line. Multi-segmented by 5 points, we are all stars. 3 dimensions of pentahedrons, pent-up hydras, but the sly ones don't understand that my deribonucleic acid is multifaceted, faceting faucet tongues, peace sign ad-libs, herdy malnutrition meal tickets, xylophone, rib divot, starvation. Starvation sounds like cries from over a sea I cannot drink. The thirst sounds like, silence sounds like, a point not knowing this point means master. Match up challenges, a balancing much change, tune in channel chakras. Align your blackboards in chakra, darkness. You are dark less. Curve your shines with curiosities. Equivocate corals to equate you. My father is a ray of knowledge. Know the ledge of self beyond space I can see. We are all a series of choices leading into existence. So, how will you find the light in you, sun people?
My name is Anderson Allen, and this poem is entitled The Summoning. Purgatory resides in a place I keep hidden from most. It's 8 miles down the road from the ugly nobody knows I sleep with. Should you enter the realm where I convert dark to light, there are things you must know. I'm a home in a house full of homeless people, an address for the junk mail that won't be returned to its sender, for I shall be its only reader. I don't know why I became a hoarder of confessionals, a freedom fighter fighting institutionalized paradigms, fragile faith, religion for a sick mind, a mind unknowing of its full potential. I'm locked in a box of malnourished residuals. People never asked to be placed in an envelope and sealed by the tongue, but we've all done it. Spoke condemnation as a means to deliver before trying to understand one's disposition. Jump to conclusions because it's easy to call it like you see it when the call doesn't require you to get unfamiliar, to be uncomfortable. If you haven't walked a mile in the shoes of the people you slur your words upon, what gives you the right to judge them for being in a place your feet have never touched? Too many of us are made to be friends with the shadows of the people we're pretending to be for gratification, not knowing we deserve love for where we are right now. Potential energy cannot become mobile if there isn't a force willing enough to exude all that it is unto this world. And for that reason, I've made a home in the darkness to teach one how to be more than what people make of you. I call upon you to do the same.
My name is Shy the Realist, and this is a Dead President's Freestyle. I heard him say Black Lives Matter. Before you say all do, tell me your reasoning. It feels like hunting season. Y'all methods give you some seasoning, it's bland. Ashamed about what happened to Sandra Bland, so distasteful. But boy, this tea could really use some sweetening. A matter of fact, I think I'm done sipping this Lipton. It's time for a little wisdom through all these rhythms I've written. There's a sickness restricting with the symptoms of wicked. It's like the browner the pigment is the more vindictive. How you intend to take one life, then take 3 other victims. It's like love don't live in the rot no more. It's been evicted. I really haven't been the same since my bro got convicted. He's been there through thick and thin, and now he's trapped in the system, and it kills me because we've hardly spoken since. I just wonder if while he's away, do he know he missed? Bad at communicating with people that hurts him, and so to deal with the pain, I pretend the MAME don't exist. So selfish. Hurting people cause I'm scared of pain, like Boo Boo. Growing up, me and him shared the name. But when he died, I did too. I wish I shared his pain. But when I missed the funeral, they thought that I ain't care the same. I swear that's not the case, and I mean it. Look at my face and you see a bunch of lines written by tears in a mind that you scared to read them. Swear I wish I could see him. Swear he knows that I love him. Hope y'all know I'm not messing around, and Boo was my cousin. Seemed like it cause a couple more summers he would be my brother. Plus I still love his mother. Missy, forgive me, I've suffered writing this rhyme. If you hear this, just know I'm trying. My spirit would not allow my broke heart to hold back from crying. Let me digress before the tears fall. I need a year off, but all I know is grind. I'll never turn my gears off. Never will I lie like I ain't never had a near fall. Like when it became dependent on liquor, stronger than smearing off. But that was my past pain. Now it was someone's healing. Stop being stingy with my story so someone can feel it. Embrace my vulnerability in verses I reveal it. And vow to never be a victim. Right dope and keep on dealing. I'm out for presidents to represent me and the other residents trapped in the ghetto tenements. They give us out of benevolence, label us unintelligent, treat us like we're irrelevant. And they continue embezzlement. Who's addressing elephants in the room? Thank you.
A lot of content in there. Philosophy, religion, math, science, history. Possibilities are endless. Where do you first draw inspiration, Shaq, when you're sitting with your notepad?
Usually it's something that sparks that gets me to the notepad.
Okay.
For the piece that I did, Sunman, I was really thinking of me, myself as a man, but also what does that mean for me personally? Mm-hmm. And I realized that these are basic things that other people can relate to. Mm-hmm. So usually it's sometimes the stuff that I'm going through, sometimes stuff that other people are going through that I feel emotionally compelled by. Mm-hmm. To sometimes just be like, I gotta write, I gotta get this out. And sometimes it's just for art's sake. Sometimes you'll have a idea or a concept and you're just like, what happens if a peanut butter jelly sandwich talked to me? Like, and you're just like, let me write a poem about that.
Truly endless possibilities. How can the public see performances for the Rock Bottom Slam team?
They can, first of all, go to any of our sites that show our events. Like we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, but we also have a monthly slam/open mic at the French Quarter here in Rochester, right on Spring Street.
Okay.
So yes, once a month, you'll definitely find us every second Saturday at the French Quarter.
AC, and what's the public reaction? So someone that hasn't seen you guys perform before, what do they say to you after you come off the stage?
Oh my God, I did not expect that. Oh no, oh wow, you guys, I never knew about the rock stand up. It's rock bottom. The rock bottom stand up. That's just the saying. No, they really love us. It's an honor to hear from our natives. You know, we love your work, keep doing what you gotta do. It's a blessing. But you know, I really wanna get more Rochester natives. Please come support us. We are your spokespeople, you know. We are an international team.
There's so much energy that goes into the performances. Is it exhausting? How do you prepare for a night on the stage? You want to answer, Chef?
A lot of preparation.
Sometimes you kind of just do it. It depends on the day. At this point, I mean, there's been a few days where we've had like 2 performances in a day.
In one day.
Certain times where it's like 6 of us and we got to fill up an hour. So you kind of really just, you prepare yourself mentally for it. We make sure that we hit practice hard right before we know we have to do certain things like that. And really just the day of making sure that we're relaxed, we're in good spirits. Always pray before every performance. Making sure that, you know, mental, physical, spiritual, all set.
Final question. Why is this so important for Rochester? Anyone can jump in.
Because all right, I had to go to New York City to quote unquote pop my poetry cherry because I didn't know about it in Rochester. I didn't know about the poetry circuit. And while I was in New York, I told someone, oh, I live in Rochester. I said, oh, that hick town next to Buffalo? They don't know Rochester. And they need to understand that there is bubbling talent in this city, be it music, theater, comedy, what have you. Rochester has a voice, but it's sort of overshadowed by these bigger cities. And I want people to know that not only do we have a voice, but we're coming fast.
Wonderful. Thank you guys so much. And we're going to close with performances, 2 more voices, Marvelous Marvin and then AC on.
How's it going? My name is Marvelous Marvin, and today's piece is called School Days. Good morning, class. I'm Professor Mr. Mauve. Stay focused. Today's lesson is how to use your head. Open up your notebooks and put your pen to your pad and write down these 3 words. Fools come last. Here at the lyrical school, I can tune you fast. Not only do I drop jewels, I give clues to the class. So when life give you a test, you can prove and pass. You got stress on your chest, I can help relieve that. I teach with poetry. Well, harmony with rap, I got a melody degree and a gift to tell the fact. Now remember them 3 words, write 3 above that. Knowledge equals power, no matter where you at. That brings us back to the lesson, how to use your cap. Treat your brain as a weapon, keep it loaded to attack. You an underdog if you're a male and you're black. I tell my brothers, pick up a book, it's time to fight back. Oh, excuse me, teacher, I got a question. Well, go ahead, son. Well, on my block, fiends present. Kids my age making money while I'm stressing. I got no luck, that's good. Could you tell me what's good on my direction? Teacher, well, first off, son, just to wake up is a blessing. Everything has its cause, just pause, don't stress it. You see them making money? You don't see what they're getting. Cops keep coming, stick up kids, stay sticking. As quick as they make it, they turn quicker to spend it. No land in their name, so they rent. The streets a different game. Don't be fooled by their linen, by their rims and their jewels and their cars and their women. I mean, you live a fast life, you get a fast finish. Some get smart. They start their own business. Some can't part, they want to turn it to a living. Dollars can turn your flaw, but knowledge produce winners. Oh, now class, today's lesson, we'll have a part 2. But to finish part 1, this is what you must do. I gave 6 words. We gonna call 6 clues. All you gonna need is 2 pieces of paper and some glue. Now on the first piece of paper, write down your first clues. Fools come last. Put down the picture to show you what not to do. I glued down money, something not to pursue. Now, if you choose to do the same, you're going to get credit too. Piece of paper number 2, write down your final clues. Paste a picture that'll grip you to remind you be official. If you look up here at mine, I done pasted me a scripture in the image of he. As I shine, it'll hit you. It's due at the end of the week. It's so simple. Now, in this class, you're going to learn to use your mentals and how to solve the maze by using your fundamentals. You can call me Mr. Marvelous, the Drew Dropper stencil. Boom.
Hello, my name is Anthony Acion Owens, and this poem is called Heaven's Door. I feel like Dylan as I'm knocking on heaven's door and I'm asking the Lord to let me in. I'm one of your children, man, but I still sin. Am I wrong if I see a criminal get away and I might grin? Or could it be that I have a slight hatred towards my enemies and I wish pain on them? I still have love towards my fellow woman and man. If we were rich, I would give each one $1,000 and bring peace to the land. But I feel like a hypocrite if I was to stand with a still peace to my hand. On the right of me, I see angels. To the left of me, I see him. Both claiming to be a friend, but one is a lie and I don't know who. I wish we could trade places, God. Were you with me and I with you? That way you would know how it feels. Cause I don't know why I do the things I do, but I still thank you before every meal. When I still praise you before I sleep, but my mind just creeps to the dark side like a fiend looking for the next fix, man. My head must be as thick as cement because these words ain't seeping in. It's like the angel in me is wide awake or wide asleep and the devil in me is wide awake or he sleeps in. I'm confused. Or like the summertime as it dies away, that fall just slowly creeps in. I'm outside your house, God. I watch these angels play as I peek in. So please open your doors. I don't want to be outside heaven no more. I don't want to keep giving away to the rich while taking away from the poor. I just want to be your friend. My knuckles are bruised and bloody. Knock, 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 knocking on heaven's door. Let me in. Rock bottom, stand up. Boom.
And for more information about the Rock Bottom Slam Poetry Team, including event schedules and booking info, visit Rock Bottom Slam, that's ROC, bottomslam.com, or call 585-953-0741. Be sure to check them out at Facebook at Rock Bottom Slam Team.